here today, folks, short, sweet, simple, is we are raising money for the Ferst Foundation for Childhood Literacy. All of you here know what the Ferst Foundation does. We send books to children from birth to age 5, free of charge, in the mail every month.
Really, I mean, we have 3 biological children, 3 adopted children, and the difference between the adopted and the biological children were basically our biological kids started reading and having people read to them from 1 through 5. These adopted children came from very poor families and did not have that start, and they struggled all the way through school. And so, I mean, that's the issue for me.
We totally think that this is amazing. Both of our children use the books, and it's amazing that we have this in our county.
Relentless, these are the 2 finest people in Morgan County. They are. Yeah, they are.
She says that to everybody.
No, I don't.
As a parent, as a hopefully future grandparent one of these days, as an educator, and as a community person, you can't shortchange the investment that you're making on your future as a community, and I think Ferst Foundation is a critical part of that, because we're starting where it's most important.
When I was a kid, some people say I still am, I was a lousy reader, and I went to remedial reading from age probably 1st grade through 6th grade, and I never did get to be a good reader, but I worked hard at it. And I don't know whether I'm dyslexic or what, but I have a huge respect for kids reading and kids that need help. And a lot of kids need help like I did, but if we can get a start early in reading books and parents helping them stuff, I think it makes a big difference. So reading, I so much wish I were a better reader than I am.
You know, here's the deal, you see, the older ones are stupid enough to put on that orange shirt. You know, the younger ones are like, no way. No, I'm kidding.
So what are you going to do, Jonathan?
I'm going to read Will I Have a Friend? When Dad was sick and Jim to school for the first time, Jim said, "Will I have a friend at school?" I think you will.
We conclude that if one compares 2 randomly chosen student scores, where one student has participated in the first program and the other hasn't, there is greater than a 50% chance that the student who participated in the program will have a higher score. So that means out of every 3 kids, we're going to have 1 kid the first kids are going to do much better than the non-first kids. It is just amazing to watch. I think if you follow this all the way through, as they said about CRCT scores, you start seeing these kids do better and better.
He is a rocket man. Bill said, as he rocketed out.
It's a great picture of a rocket.
Anna Maria walked by. She was pulling a wagon of build blocks. Jim looked at them. Anna Maria skipped away. Jim went over to the big table. There were lumps and humps of colorful clay on it. The children were pulling and pinching, poking and patting the clay. They were making snakes, hills, holes, and a banana. Jim reached out and touched the clay. It was cool and wet. When he picked it up, it was heavy. Jim made a man, but he did not have a friend to show him to. Now it's orange juice and cookie time. George said, "I want to pass the cookies." "Look," shouted Bill, "I bit the moon." "So did I," said Anna Maria. Jim thought of something to say. He said it to Joseph, but Joseph's mouth was full of cookies. He didn't answer. The pitcher was empty. Juice time was over. Sarah was telling Margaret a secret. Jim looked at them. Where was his friend? Danny was shouting, "Let's do funny tummies."
This wonderful woman
Danny
is the widow of a wonderful man who was on the Georgia Board of Regents, and he knew about education, and his family knew about education, and he and his wife have been staunch supporters of the First Foundation since we started First Foundation. And Julie is very shy and won't take any credit for that.
Very shy.
But we are so appreciative of you, Julie.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
you
we
did
are.
a great job, Miss Babs. You're
Thank you,
a
Julie.
little dynamo.
It was about a monkey. Danny jumped up. "I'm a monkey," he said. He put his tongue in his lip and stuck his fingers out his ears. Jim thought he looked just like a monkey. The teacher said, "It's time for monkeys to rest." They lay down on their
Great to see all of
mats.
you here this afternoon, and I'll be very, very brief. There's some very smart people in this group, and so I don't think that you need to tell you a lot about the research on early learning and school success and success in life. But there's a direct correlation. And if you want to get the best return on your investment, you need to make that investment early. And that's what First is all about. It makes that investment into children's homes and lives with books. And as Bab says, the dividends, not only for the families that receive these books, but for the communities where these families live, far exceed the dollar investment for this kind of thing.
Maria called, "Jim and Paul, don't you want to play?" "Okay, Jim," said Paul. "Okay," said Jim. After school, skipping home, Jim said to Dad, "Do you know what? I have a friend at school." "I thought you would," said Dad, and Dad smiled down at him.
You know, he didn't miss a single word, not one.
Of course, I would be remiss not to say a round of applause for Robin Ferst herself.
All these people in the house, everybody's done it. But it's everybody here who ever helped start First Foundation. I go all around the state, and everywhere I go, they say, "Oh my God, this is the thing that started in Morgan County." And without everybody in Morgan County, nobody would know, nobody would care, and our kids would not be doing what they're doing, and the kids all over the state would. So it's all because of all of you all.
Education is everything.
I'd like for them to do it right now.